What up, what up? What Trigger Man back at you. Today got this here Toyota FJ, paint code 2JR, titanium silver. And the roof is going 040. So I'm gonna spray the roof in single stage and the body and base clear. So I'm spraying the roof today, single stage that, come back tomorrow and do the body. But you're gonna see it all in the same video, same day, so stay tuned. All right. Starting out with my single stage, spraying this through my SATA NR2000 old gun, spraying some nasty stuff here. This is that Nason single stage from DuPont. This stuff is so nasty, I don't even want to put it through any of my good guns, man. Let me know if any of you guys ever use that Nason single stage. That full thing, Nason. Yeah, it's some nasty stuff. That's why I'm suited and booted for this one. You won't hardly too much catch me in a full suit. You know, I wear my lab coat, you know, but man, this stuff get everywhere. So I'm spraying at 22 PSI at the gauge. And I basically just give this a quick double coat. And I'm spraying it wet, you know, just like you would do your last coat of clear. You know, that's the way I put this here down. And tight overlap. That might be closer to 100% overlap. It might be 90-95% overlap. I say I'm double coating it and just going over it, just getting it on there. Yeah, and that's gonna do it for this single stage. Now, here's where the fun starts. All right, and I'm gonna be spraying the base through my DV1 1.3 tip. I'm spraying at 16 PSI. Again, tight overlap on the base as well. Giving the 70% overlap, and I come right back over, double coat it. I'm just trying to get coverage on. And I really kind of messed up a little bit on this one. It's about 85 degrees in the booth, and I'm spraying with a slow base reducer, and my metallics actually were going on real rough. You know, they weren't laying down flat. Trying to move a little faster, thinking that I can go ahead and get them to lay down, but yeah, it didn't work out so good. So I do have a temperature gauge in the booth on the wall. Normally I look at it, but you know, I was just rushing and just went with slow. But yeah, I really should have went with extra slow, and it cost me. I had to wind up going back, sanding most of my panels down while I'm in the booth, you know, so it's real important with those metallics. Be on the safe side, and if your temperature in your booth is 80 or above, or even close to 80, you know, if you want to go with very slow, be on the safe side, get those metallics to lay down, you know, that's your insurance there. And I also want to apologize in advance. I went out and purchased another camera. I went out and purchased a new camera specifically for this job because I wanted to cover all different angles of the vehicle. And yeah, and the new camera, it wasn't set right. It was set to some kind of frequency. There was lines rolling up and down in the video, and so I had to change the setting. And the setting that I changed it to, I thought was okay until 15 minutes after recording. I went back and checked it, and the entire thing was in slow motion. So that didn't work out. But you'll see on the right side of this vehicle, it's already based. And that wasn't because I was trying to be slick or not show the technique. It was a camera issue. And again, I apologize for that, and I'm still new. Tomorrow makes 3 weeks I've been doing this on YouTube, and I'm learning, and the videos will get better. That I promise. So there I was given, you can see, real tight overlap, about 70%, going back over, double coating it, just trying to get all of my coverage, on this first coat. And so yeah, this is my first overall that I'm doing on the channel, and I just wanted it to be perfect. And I went out and I said extra camera, everything set up, and the camera wasn't working right. I used a slow bass reducer when I should have used extra slow. Sometimes you just get caught up and trying to make it so right, and it just don't go that way, Come back over, get my little parts. Got the 2 door handles, the mirrors, and then some little insert that goes on the hood, like the front of the hood. Real funny looking, weird little car this is, man. Let me know if any of you guys out there drive a Toyota FJ. No judgment from the trigger man. No judgment over here, man. I mean, unless you got one Toyota FJ sitting up on some 24-inch rims or something, you know what I mean? Then you might be all right. But yeah, man, funny looking car. Customer loved it though. I wasn't happy with it, but I did catch the customer at the end. I did have a little clip of him, and he loved it. I guess that's all that matters, but I'll get it in the next one. Yeah, I really need to get me some kind of stand. Start mounting this stuff on. It's the old school way. Lay it down. Okay, see, tight overlap. Again, that's about 70% overlap. Real tight. Just get that coverage on that first coat. Medium wet. Then I go back up, double coat it again. Just don't run it. Just do not run it. Subscriber messaged me today on the video I did about the run removal. Run removal for dummies or something like that. And he asked me, is this technique used for bass or for clear? I said, look here, man. If you get runs in your bass, you need to pick up a new trade. Go do plumbing, carpentry, or something. But here's the part that I was talking about where it's already based. You didn't see me bass this side, so it wasn't no kind of trickery going on. Like I said, I had a camera issue, and that's that. So that's why my coats here, as you can see, are much lighter. This is my 3rd coat of base, so really just kind of fanning over, playing with the metallics, getting the metallics to lay right. But being that this was a slow reducer and it's hot as hell in the booth, they were not laying right. Those metallics were not laying right. And as you can see here, I actually scuffed the hood down with 800. You see the sand marks, see the scuff marks all over the hood. You know, I actually didn't record that. I was gonna edit it, you know, not even show this part and just pick it back up once everything was laying down, but I couldn't do it. I gotta keep it real. These are things that happens, you know. I could have easily edited that out. Didn't show you the sand scratches that I sanded it down, and went ahead and showed you the finished product, which is gonna be good. But you see right here on this hood where you see all the scuff marks where I sanded it, and I sanded the whole hood down with 800, you know. And that happens to a lot of painters, you know. And that's what I had to do. And right now I got the extra slow reducer in there, and now it's finally flowing out, you know. But yeah, that's what happened, man. So I'm just keeping it real. So don't come with that old Trigger man, what up, man? You're a liar. You deceive us. Unsubscribe, liar. I'm keeping it real, man. Stuff happens. I don't care what painter, who he is, where he from, what country in. This happens, man. You know, raw and uncut. This is what happens. You know, I still ain't happy with the metallic. See, I gotta go get my stool, stand up over it, you know, lower my pressure down, and kind of mist. You know, you gotta play with those metallics. You know, you gotta play with them. If it's off, if it look funny before you clear it, and you thinking, man, I put some clear, it ain't gonna show, man, it's gonna be 10 times worse. All you doing is putting a magnifying glass over whatever you see. Anything you see that's off, streaks, tiger stripe, modeling, anything, it's gonna show. You're gonna see it. So you just gotta play with it, you know. It happens to the best of us. Painted alongside some of the best painters in Broward County. You know, not saying I'm the best, but I painted alongside some of the best legendary painters that it was an honor to work with, that I learned from, and they go through the same thing. And that's all the guys in the dealerships. I worked for the Chrysler dealership for years, 4 years there, same thing. Chevrolet dealership, same thing. Everybody goes through it. Okay, starting out with my clear, putting the clear through my LPH 400 1.4 tip. It's hot as hell in this booth, as I realized, so I'm going with a 1.4. We're gonna come on and bring it on home. But yeah, so every painter goes through this, you know. So if you're just learning and that's happening to you, it's gonna happen, you know. I'm doing this 24 years spraying, and look, it happened, you know. And there's no excuse. I ain't say, oh, it's this pain or that pain, and you know, I should know better, but it happens, you know. And this clear I was using, the company we ordered our products from, they were out of the Glamour clear that we usually get, Pro Spray. So, and the only thing they had was some cheap stuff. So I called a different paint company, told them send us the best clear, and they sent me this crap. In a little bit, I'll show you. I think I pick it up in the video, cause I walk over and look at it like, what the hell is this, you know? And yeah, it was coming out real thick. And I normally don't put reducer in my clear, but this was so thick. And again, it was my first time spraying with it. And again, it happens, you know. The camera wasn't working right, metallics weren't laying right, clear wasn't laying right, but it still overall came out to a good job, you know. But I had to damn sure work for it. So like I was saying, every painter goes through it. So if you're new to this, you you're getting little hiccups, it happens, man. 24 years strong. It just happened to me today. So don't feel bad. Fall down, get up, brush your shoulders off, and keep pushing. You know? Yeah, this is clear here. Piece of crap. Man, let me know if you ever seen this stuff. You ever used it, sprayed with it? Man, this is crap. Coming out thick. But yeah, so like I was saying, you fall down, just get up, brush your shoulders off, keep pushing, man. It happens. See, I'm just gonna show the real deal, well, you know, what happens out here on the battlefield, you know. And in the first job I had out of vocational school at this shop, I came in as a prepper, and I used to go to the paint booth, had this window, big window, go up there and you could look and see the guy painting. And I used to go up to the window, watch the painter, you know, see his technique and everything. And this dude would do, man, he would see me looking at him, and he would go over to his paper machine in the booth, and he would take a big piece of 36-inch paper and put it up to the glass so I couldn't see him. And it was like, so I had to really get it the hard way, man. So it's like, if I could show some people, man, and, you know, and help, that's what I want to do. And I want to do it the right way. I want to show you the real stuff, you know, not all the glitz and glam. You know, you got to get out there and stomp through the mud, too. It happens. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Alexa, turn the AC to 70.
The AC is set to 70.
See, they're thinking about that old fool at that paint shop, man. Just got me hot, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me for talking to Alexa, but just thinking about that fool, man. I'm gonna put the damn paper up to the glass so I can't look in there. Yeah, it's okay. I did end up taking this job, though. So, yeah. That wasn't my intentions, but, man, you want to be nasty. God don't like ugly. So here go, yeah, well, I was putting the reducer in the clear. You won't see me do this too often. I really don't put too much reducer in clear, but this stuff was so thick. Again, it was my first time spraying with it, and I had to thin it out some. You never want to put too much. Don't put too much reducer in your clear, because it will die back. You walk out that paint booth, it'll be looking good. You looking back at it like, yeah, I did that. And when you come back the next day, Shraggy woo? Do a triple take. Looking like ash. And also, another thing, when you put too much reducer in your clear and you spraying over metallics, be careful. Because that reducer will loosen up those metallics. Even if it's dried pretty good, it's almost like spraying bare reducer right back over your metallics. And those metallics will start, you have tiger stripes, modeling, you have all kind of stuff. So never go too heavy with reducer in your clear. You don't want to put clear on too fast anyway without enough flash time on your base. Tight overlap. Look at the overlap. Look at the overlap. Tight. Going right back over it. It's easily 80%. Spraying your clear. It really don't matter how you do it. I mean, you see some people want to walk the entire panel, walk the entire side. I mean, it's really not that important. Some people ask me, why don't you walk in the whole side? And this is just my style. It's the way I paint. And it's not the wrong way, it's not the right way. It's my way. You take pieces of this, pieces of another person. Take 5 different pieces from 5 different painters, and you develop your own style. So this is just the way I do it. Certain things I'll walk the whole side. If it's a candy or something I'm doing, something custom, which I don't do much of. Back years ago, I was really into that stuff. Now it's just a pain in the butt, but I can get down and do it. I may do a couple for the channel. Get some candy and throw something together. Just to show y'all, Trigger can get down now. But yeah, so like I said, I worked along some of the best painters, man, in Broward County. I mean, I worked alongside this one dude. I heard about him when I was in vocational school. Actually, I'm gonna say his name. Randy Rand, they call him. Randy. And when I was in vocational school, everybody talked about him. You just hear about the different painters, and I'm young in school, and I hear about him, and it's like, okay. Then the first job I got to, still heard about him, and then I got to a dealership, heard about him there. Yeah, I was at Chrysler, and then once I got to the Chevy dealership, turns out he used to work there. So he worked at that Chevy dealership previously, and I guess he retired. He was in retirement, and he came back after like 5 years, and it was 4 painters there, and he came to work right next to me. We had a paint booth side by side, and I worked with Randy Rand for 2-3 years. When I tell you, this man was a fanatic with paint. This man would come in there, and he would just love the scent of lacquer thinner. He would stick his hands in the lacquer thinner, and was like, oh, man, I miss the smell of this stuff. I miss it. And I'm looking at this man like, man, you crazy, man. He stick his hands right in the lacquer thinner and get it all over his hands and smell it. I'm like, man, boy, look at here. But as I got to paint with him, man, this man was a nut with painting, He would weigh everything, measure everything. He had certain paint guns that he took an engraving tool and he engraved different notches to where he turned his knobs out and everything. Like, he was a nut. Had down different formulas he'd write down for his clear, and but I learned a lot. I learned a lot from him, and I appreciate those kind of guys, and make me step my game up. I don't want to work somewhere and be the best painter in the building, Put me along the greats. I don't mind learning. I'm humble, Back to this clear coat. You even had to come and go crossway with it. Got to get it up there. You got to get that clear on there and get it wet no matter how you got to do it. Sideways, crossways, horizontal, zigzag. You just got to get that clear on there. I say it in every video with a hood. If you ain't got a wet hood, your paint job ain't no good. Take it out, start over. First thing that customer see when he walk up, that hood. The biggest panel on the car, that hood. I know y'all gonna say, what about the roof? No, Trigger, man, you're wrong. The roof. What the, man? Well, you can't see the roof, goddamn. You gotta tiptoe and jump up and down and, pump up your Reebok pumps and jump up and look at the roof. But that hood, as soon as you walk up, bye-yow. So it's coming together. It was a rough journey, but we got it. kick back and be quiet. Go get me a sip of water. Let y'all enjoy the show. Psych. I couldn't leave you hanging. I know your attention span ain't that long. I can't leave you hanging, man. I'm gonna sit with you. But yeah, and on this clear, man, let me know if any of you guys ever use this stuff. I forget what the brand was when I held it up. Capra or something. I don't know. I told them, send me your best Glamour Clear. And that's what they sent me. And again, then when I looked up the part number, remember, I didn't know if it was a slow or medium. And the lady didn't speak English. So I Googled the product number to see what it was. And it wasn't medium. But then how about it was a little cheap clear? It was I think it was like $130 for a kit. Full kit with the clear and hardener. So yeah, man, this is a bad deal all the way around. But the next overall I do, I'm gonna have everything dialed in for you. I exchanged that camera. I took that camera back, got a different camera, the same one that I have. So they're all set right. Everything gonna be right. Getting every angle, everything. Last coat. Okay, and then right down here at the bottom, I'm going to show you something. I got a little run that's forming right on the left there. See, right there's a little run. It's just a little something I do. I go ahead and wet it up a little more and just let it run on down under. And it actually disappeared, like it was gone. It wasn't no solvent pop. It wasn't nothing. So it'll take a little more experience after you get, playing with your materials, and you know your materials. You know when you can do it and when you can't do it. But that worked out. Watch the overlap. Real tight. 80%. I don't spray 50% overlap with nothing. Base, clear, primer, sealer. And it's funny, that's the way we learn, in vocational school. The way I was taught, 50%, everything 50%. But when you get out in the field, it's like, not so much. And it all comes with time and experience. You'll get it. got a little run. So just that little small run in the back, and then that run there. And when the back disappeared, and this is the run here that I did the video titled "The Safest Way to Get Rid of a Run." So if you didn't see that, go watch that video. Safest way to get rid of a run. And I got that run out, no problem. And that's about it. So I'll give you a quick look, see what it looks like out in the sun. Quick walk around. And from another angle. And also I have here the quick interaction. I saw the customer out front, and you can listen to what he had to say about it. I think he was happy.
Just whatever you do, just give it before you wax it or anything. Give it a month or two.
Okay, so 2 months before you wax?
I would. He would tell you something different, but the solvents are still coming out, drying.
Okay.
So you don't want to seal it down with any wax.
Okay.
Yep.
Boy, got my baby back.
All right.
Thanks a lot, man.
You're welcome, man. Take it easy.
You sprayed it?
Yeah, I sprayed it.
You did a great job, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Looks good. And unbelievable.
Good. Glad you like it.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
So that's a wrap. Boy Trigger Man out. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell his girlfriend. I'm out.